Hello viewers, in this video we will learn about ADX. ADX stands for Average Directional Movement Index and can be used to measure the overall strength of a trend. The Average Directional Index is, like momentum indicators such as the MACD or RSI, typically shown in a separate window, above or below the main chart window that shows price. The ADX is shown as a line representing values that range from 0 to 100. It's important to keep in mind that the Average Directional Index is not a trend direction indicator, but an indicator of trend strength. A strong uptrend or a strong downtrend will both result in high Average Directional Index values. ADX is comprised of the following components. First is Plus Directional Movement Index DI+, and second is Minus Directional Movement Index DI-, and third is ADX line. ADX itself is the smoothed average of the difference of the DI+ and DI-. The default setting of ADX is 14, and itself it is a best setting whether you are new or experienced trader. There is no need to change these settings. But do remember, ADX is non-directional. It registers trend strength whether price is trending up or down. Now we will see the basic structure of ADX as it is oscillating between 0 to 100. And the zone between 0 to 25 is known as weak trend zone. It is suggestible to not to trade in this zone. And the zone between 25 to 50 is called strong trade zone. In other words, when ADX line is between 25 to 50 and 50 to 75 is called very strong trend zone. You can trade and earn good profits in these zones. And when ADX line is between 75 to 100, which shows extremely strong trend zone. And you should be with that trend only. It is not suggestible to do opposite trade then, that else you can book loss. Now I will give you little idea about the bullish and bearish crossover, which will be very helpful in trend. Now look into this carefully. Whenever DI+ line will cut DI- line from downside to upside will called bullish crossover. And similarly when DI+ line will cut DI- line from upside to downside will called bearish crossover. But it's not so easy as it looks. It have some disadvantages also, like the three lines intermingled can sometimes be visually confusing, and crossovers of the DI+ and DI- lines have been found to frequently generate false signals. In short, the Average Directional Index trading system generally been found to be more reliable as a trend strength indicator, and less reliable as a trend direction indicator. Before taking any trade with ADX, know that plus DI represents a positive directional indicator, minus DI is a negative directional indicator. The ADX indicator does not show the future market direction, but only the movement strength. We won't go into details regarding how the plus DI and minus DI indicators are built. Instead, we'll look at how it appears on the chart, how to apply it on a chart, and how to trade with ADX. Although a powerful indicator, ADX also has a few flaws that you need to keep in mind. Just like in extraordinarily volatile and slow-moving stocks, wouldn't follow to ADX indications. Plus DI and minus DI crossovers happen very frequently and may give false signals many times. ADX should be used in association with other indicators and oscillators, so in this strategy we will use moving average with ADX. So I hope you got enough knowledge about ADX structure. Now let's go ahead with strategy, but before going forward, if you like the video be sure to hit like button and subscribe to our channel. Now look at this chart. There are so many crossover happening in trending market and we cannot take a guess properly whether market is an uptrend or downtrend and where to take entry and exit, where to keep stop loss. So to make your trade more accurate and profitable, we will add moving average along with it, so we can get more accurate trade. Now we will trade with 200 EMA with the help of ADX. First we will look for buy setups. For buy setup we will look for their conditions. First bullish crossover, second ADX line should be above the 25 and third is price would be above the 200 EMA. Now look at this point, bullish crossover happened here, but the ADX line is below 25, and price is also below the 200 EMA, so we have to wait here. Now look at this point, bullish crossover happened here, and at this point ADX line crosses the 25 level, and price is also above the 200 EMA, so we will have take to buy trade here, and your stop loss would be at the low of previous candle. So if you buy here you can earn good profit. I hope you all are clear about buy trade. Now we will look for sell trade. For sell trade we will look for bearish crossover, which happened at this point, but ADX line is below 25, so we have to wait here. Now look at this point, after bullish crossover ADX line crosses the 25, so at this candle we will take sell trade here, and you can put stop loss to higher high of your previous candle. So using moving average and ADX with correct way and settings you can take profitable trades, and earn more profit, rather using only ADX for your trades. So I tried my best to explain ADX and moving average strategy, in a easy way possible. Hope you got a good knowledge about ADX and moving average strategy, so for more knowledgeable videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.